がね期待できるんだよ。
But did you have a hard time to get the album contract?
Yeah, very hard time. That's why the album's called No Respect, actually, because it took us 3 years, and like the last year before we got signed, we were selling out like every club in San Francisco, and we were doing extremely well in our own area. But San Francisco is not really known for really rock and roll. It's known for more thrash metal, really heavy stuff. There's not very many record companies to come see bands like us. A lot of people thought we were too young, and a lot of people in LA in the business really didn't take us seriously because they didn't care how many people we had in San Francisco. So, we just had to keep trying and just keep shoving tapes down people's throat. And finally, we got some really good shows in LA, and then everything came together, and almost every label down there wanted us, and then we picked Island Records because we thought they were the best company. And this was after playing shows with people like Guns N' Roses and Poison and the Cherry Bombs and Zodiac Mind Warp. So we played with a lot of big bands before we were signed.
I see. And producer? Who's the producer?
The producer's Paul Northfield, and I was the assistant producer.
I see. So tell me about your producer a little bit, please.
About our
producer?
Our producer, Paul Northfield. Yes. He has been an engineer for years and engineered a lot of the Rush albums, and he engineered the last Queensryche Operation Mindcrime LP, and he's really a great engineer, and he just turned into a producer, so we went through just hundreds of tapes to find the guy that would be right for us, that I could work with, and the band we could all work with together. And when we heard his stuff, we go, this would be the perfect combination. We wanted to capture a really live, raw sound. So, and we wanted a guy that would let us, basically waste as much of the record company's money as possible without calling him and giving us a bad time. So we called him up and we said, hey, we'll let you produce this if you don't tell the record company what we're really going to be doing. So we recorded the whole album in about 2 days and just partied the rest of the time.
So how do you take advantage of 3 guitar players in one band?
What we do is, in a lot of bands, and I've been in a lot of bands, before Vane. I've been in, my first band was 9 years ago in a garage, with all my, kid friends when we thought we were going to be rock stars. And, and every band I've always been in, there's always been some inner competition, among the people in the band. And this band, that just doesn't happen. Everyone's style is so different, especially among guitar players, because that's one thing that there's 2 of the same type of thing in a band. I mean, there's only 1 singer in the band, only 1 drummer, and only 1 bass player. But in a lot of bands, you have 2 guitar players, and they are competing against each other. In our band, we don't have that because Danny plays completely different than Jamie, and when I play guitar, I play different. So we just consider it a weapon. I mean, if he does something great, that's just helping me. And if I play great, if I pick up the guitar and I do something great, he gets off on it. That's just different weapons that Vane has to, get the audience off and to make us a better band. So how we take advantage of it is just, if somebody comes to a Vane show and they hear him play, he's so great on guitar, then they hear Danny play and he's great, and then it's like half the set I won't play, and I'll pick up the guitar and I'll rip some leads off, and then just go, wow, he can play too, and it's just one other thing to listen to. Then we have 3 guitars going at once, and we have a song, Without You, that's a ballad, and we have some keyboards. It's the only song we use keyboards on, but we still want the power of 2 guitars, and since I can play guitar and he can play keyboards, he can play keyboards on that song, and then I can pick up the guitar and cover the guitar part, and we don't need to hire a keyboard player. That's not what we want to do in Vane, and we just want to do everything with us 5. If we can't do it, we don't want to play it, and we don't like to use sampling or recorded things or anything fake. If we can't do it, we're not going to try to put it on a record, really.
That's rock and roll, right?
Yeah, that's what rock and roll is to us.
Exactly. いや今見てもらった通りこのデイビー・ベイン、ベインのリーダーでもあるんだけど、このデイビーってのは自信家なのね。つまりどういうふうに自信家なのかというと、つまりただ単に突っ張ってるだけじゃなくて、自分の音楽とかね、自分のそのポリシーというかそういうところにすごく自信を持ってて、とにかくその他のバンドと同じことをやっていないと。それは自分たちがサンフランシスコの出身でね、ロサンゼルスのように、いろんなバンドがいっぱいいる中でね、みんなヘアスタイルは同じで着てるものは同じで、なんとなくその隣の人のなんか演奏してること気になって覗いてみて、俺たちもこういう真似してみようかなとかね。例えばレコード自分たちのデビューアルバム作る時も、自分たちの好きだった例えばエアロスミスであるとかさ、クイーンであるとか、そういう作品の作ったプロデューサーに本来ならね、やってもらって同じような音を作りたいなんて夢を持ってるわけじゃない、ミュージシャンって。だけどそうではなくて、自分たちの音を最大限にね、個性を作り上げてくれるプロデューサーが欲しかったみたいなこともね、彼は言ってるわけですよね。
secrets. Sweet things you know, secrets. Sweet things you know, my secrets. Sweet things you know, my secrets. Sweet things you know, secrets. We're done. Secrets.
地元サンフランシスコでのライブってことで、本人たちも気合入ってたみたいだけど、お客のノリもすごいね。
ロサンゼルスに出ていくミュージシャンが多いこの世界なのに、サンフランシスコに居座って今日の成功、実力以外の何者でもありませんにゃ。
じゃがな、このヘビを飼っとるのだけはわしゃすかんな。
ヘビメロだからしょうがにゃん。
うまいこと言うね。まあそれはいいとしてたな。去年キャプテンはさ、サンフランシスコに取材に行ったんだよね。
そうね、マスターと一緒に行ったんですけどね、僕ねロサンゼルスから行ったこともあるし、日本から行ったこともあるんだけど、上空から見るとね、すっごく英国的なんですよね。でどういうふうにイギリス的かというと、僕初めてイギリス行った時も思ったけどね、緑が異常に多いのよ。それとね、実際問題、そのシアトルの街の中に入ってみると何がすごいかっていうとね、僕の行った時のみならずね、小雨が多いんですよ。で小雨がパラパラ降ってくるってことは、雲が低く垂れ込めているんですね。だけど天気になるとやたら天気はいいんだけど、そういうやっぱりその小雨が多いと、そういう環境というのがね、他の西海岸のエリアとはだいぶ違うということ。そしてね、シアトルって、サンフランシスコもさっきね、キャプテンはさ、ライブハウスの数がちょっと少なくなってきてるって言ったけど、シアトルってもっともっと少ないのね。だから自分たちの作品をこのファンの前で発表できる場というのが非常に少ないから、どうしているかということと、クイーンズライツのメンバーの自宅に行った時に驚いたんだけど、太鼓のスコットのうちにリハーサル場があるのよ、自分
にはですね、セックスボムというカバー曲をしたりとか、あるいは AC/DC のダウンペイメントブルースのカバーもしました。新曲とか未発表曲も発表したんですけれども、なんといっても一番盛り上がったのがデビューシングルのビート・ザ・ビュレット。このビデオクリップをまずは見ていただきましょう。ベインです。もうビデオクリップよりインタビューが見たい聞きたいっていう人が多いんじゃないでしょうか。インタビューというとね、字幕スーパーとヒアリングとそれと映像と全部見ていただかないといけないので大変なんですけれどもね、字幕スーパーの方はハードロックを HR、 それからですね、LA ロサンゼルスと略式なんかを使ってますけれども、もうしっかり見ていただきたいと思います。ベインはサンフランシスコにすごい誇りを持ってまして、ビートルズが訪れたのもジェファーソンエアプレインも有名したのもサンフランシスコだったと言っていました。
Well, the good way, there's a lot of really hot new bands coming out of the States right now, like Guns N' Roses and Vane and Skid Row. And then the bad side is there's a whole bunch of really shitty ones too, but I'm not, but I'm not gonna name any names, but I think you know who they are.
Actually, we love everybody, but there's just a few that we don't like.
It seems to be packaging and a fancy MTV video that some bands don't deserve it, but somehow they've got it, you know. And then the bands that might be great and not necessarily look as good as these other bands, you know, aren't getting the recognition they might deserve. But that's just, you know, on rock and roll and MTV. So.
Just that's kind of bullshit, but there's a lot of really good bands coming out of there too, like Guns N' Roses, like Motley Crue came from down there. There's a lot of great bands, but then there's a lot of shit. So that's what I think.
Davey as being our singer. He was a guitar player for years. You know, he played guitar for 5 or 6 years before he even decided to become a singer. So he didn't grow up musically emulating or copying singers all his life. I think that's what sets Vane apart is his vocal style and his songwriting, and then it takes all of our styles and the rest of the band, and we all complement and add our flavor, and that's where you get the Vane sound.
Yep.
Okay, I got a message. Hey, listen, you guys thought Godzilla was bad when he invaded this country. Vane's in town, and there's gonna be more destruction. As soon as we wake up tonight, we're going out. How much longer before we go out, guys?
6 hours.
6 hours. And we want to meet more girls and more musicians and hang out in more bars. We're gonna drink sake, eat sushi, drink Sapporo, all the good beers. Keep giving us those dolls. Thanks a lot for everything.
アメリカのハードロックシーンをビシバシと切っていましたね。ヘビを持ち込んだりするんですけれども、それは音楽には全く関係ない、趣味を音楽になんか持ち込まないってなことも言っておりました。ベイン特集まだまだ続きます。さてベインはですね、ボーカルのデビー・ベインがすごい人気があるんですけれども、ライブの方を見ていただくとギターのジェームス・スコットもかなり人気があるようです。こちらは荒削りなんですけれどもすごいテクニックがある。でライブではですね、ワウペダルっていうのを使ってて、最近のアーティストがよく使っていたアタッチメントなんかを使っていたんだそうですよ。それがビート・ザ・ビルエットの酒っぽい感じの匂いを漂わせるっていう音につながっているのかもしれませんが、ベインの本当の音っていうのはどうやらこちらのようです。Who's watching you?
She had sun-dyed in her eyes, full be the girl that no one isn't. I'm gonna be loving you, watching you. Now who's watching you? Now baby, who's watching you? Now who's watching you? Now who's loving you? Now who's loving you? Who's watching you? Now who's watching you? Loving you. Now who's loving you? Watching you. Now who's watching you? Well, you better believe, girl, it's I'm gonna be watching.
We're Vane, and you're watching BTT. This is a special present from BTT and Vane. It's our new Vane People Boy picture gifts. So,
プレゼントのお知らせです。このベインのピクチャーディスクを5人の方にプレゼントいたします。 BTT ベインプレゼント係まで貴重な1枚ですので、どんどんご応募ください。それではこれまでにかかった曲です。リー・アローンでボディロック、ベインでビート・ザ・ビレット、フーズ。